So basically, I'm welcoming the Desert Eagle Magnum Research 1911G to the family. So it'll be perfectly comfortable with its cousin right here, its bigger brother, its bigger cousin, whatever you want to call it, the Desert Eagle 50 caliber L5. Now, some people are like, oh, well, why did you get a 1911 or why did you get another 1911? Well, my Kimber 45, really nice. Definitely a great piece for the collection. But the issue that I ultimately had was that I wanted to have another 1911. And the reason why is because the 50 cal, yeah, for home defense, this is probably, you might almost call it excessive force for home defense. But then again, you know, you never know. But let's see. My problem with the Desert Eagle, and of course I kind of knew this beforehand, is the expense of firing this damn thing. Every time you pull this trigger, that's like $3 that just goes down the chamber and disappears into thin air, right? So the issue ultimately comes when you need to buy more ammo. Ammo is really expensive for the Desert Eagle. These magazines, by the way, are $50 a piece. I was getting them off of eBay. They're Magnum Research branded. These things are $50. These just the magazine is $50 a piece. So right now I have two. I was going to order more, but suddenly they all dried up. I didn't see any more on eBay. The other issue is the cost of ammunition. Every time, again, you pull a trigger, that's like $3, maybe even $4. It goes down the barrel. Now, this is Magnum Research brand 50 Action Express 300 grain. Now, this is actually their brand for the Desert Eagle, right? So I'm going to run some of these through my L5 to see whether or not my L5 has a problem firing hollow points made specifically by the company. So if I'm not mistaken, these are the Magnum Research. These are the cartridges made specifically by Magnum Research, right? So I'll just pick one of these out. So this is the Magnum Research cartridge. It's a little hard to zoom in on this. Okay. And now this is the Armscore brand cartridge. Now, one thing, I've fired Armscore before through a full-size Desert Eagle with the regular, I believe it was a Mark 19. And I had no trouble whatsoever. It ran every single cartridge, no problem, no jams. Now, the last time I used Armscore was when I first got my Desert Eagle, and that's before I switched to full metal jackets. And my problem was with these Armscores, for some reason, and some people have noticed the Desert Eagle is a very picky eater, but this Armscore cartridge, I don't know what it is about the Armscore cartridge, but the Armscore cartridge kept jamming. So right there, that's the Armscore, and that's the Magnum Research. So in my experiment at the range, I will check and see whether or not the Magnum Research, and I'm basically only going to fire off two cartridges because this shit is really, really expensive. This box of ammo right here was like $70, and this box was like $80. And these were 20 cartridges, and this right here, I believe, was also 20. So, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, this is $70 right there. You can see the sticker. And this one, I believe, was actually the one that was actually more like $80. So you're paying for that name. So these cartridges right here, I'll be testing to see how these do. And the Armscores, I'm going to give them a second chance. Now, my gunsmith, he said maybe it's the way you're holding it. So I'm going to try to hold it with both hands, and I'm going to see if it cycles perfectly. But the thing about it is I had no problem firing a full-size Mark 19 with one hand using Armscore ammo, so I really don't know. So I'm going to give that a little check, and I'm going to see how it performs. The other ammo I should also mention is the ammo that I think I prefer. I'm going to give the Magnum Research ammo a chance. But up until now, I actually think I prefer Precision 1 ammunition. Now, these are, as you can see, these are full metal jackets. These things, all of this shit is really expensive. From what I remember, this box right here, let's see, this, as you can see, this is 300 grain, just like the rest, but these are FMJs. It's hard to get this camera to focus at this distance. This camera is actually slightly better for mid-range. But anyway, these right here, as you can see, these are the full metal jackets. And these, put these right next to the Arms Core. Put these next to the Magnum Research. So basically, we've got 3 different flavors. Thus far, my L5 has run the Full Metal Jackets perfectly, and it jammed every other round on Arms Core. And now I'm giving Magnum Research a chance. Now, you know, some people might look at it and be like, oh, yeah, there's not really that much of a difference. Oh, yeah, I can definitely tell there's a bit of a difference. See, the problem is with the Desert Eagle, the problem is this thing slams each round into the chamber, right? And if you really look in there, it's kind of like an AK-47. I mean, all guns pretty much have the exact same loading procedure. It's just that you're dealing with something big and very heavy with these bullets right here. These bullets are much, much bigger. They're much, much heavier. And everything about this gun is like, how should I say? It's like the tolerances have to be met. So if you have tight tolerances, it's like some ammo. And I've noticed a lot of YouTubers with Desert Eagles, they've all said the same thing. They're like, yeah, some ammo runs perfectly, and other than that, they're having trouble. Their Desert Eagle's a picky eater. And I've seen a couple of videos saying the exact same thing. And I didn't experience myself until I tried these Arms Core hollow points. So that's 20 rounds, 20 rounds. This is 150. In fact, add this box right there. That's like damn near $200 right there. The Desert Eagle, it's a collector weapon. It's, if you go into the forest, yeah, you could use it to protect yourself from bears, like tyrannosauruses, alligators, anything God made that you normally would run away from. But the reality is, this bad boy is expensive to shoot. Now, it's really a collector item. This bad boy right here is expensive as hell to shoot. And even my AR is, you're talking like at most 90 cents a round. And not this bad boy. You're talking $3, $4, $5. This shit is insane. But it is what it is. So my Desert Eagle 1911G is probably going to be my favorite range pistol because it's just so much less expensive. Okay, so we've got the Magnum Research ammo, branded, and we also have the Arms Core today. So we're just doing hollow points. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll start with the Arms Core first, and then we'll go to the Magnum Research. And we'll use our target Joe over there for clearance. Always gotta keep your fingers away from this goddamn slide because this thing's a monster. And you gotta be ready for the recoil too. Uh-oh. It must not, oh, it's not fully in battery. Hold on, I gotta load this bastard. Is it in? Okay, so far no jam yet. No jam. Uh-oh. We're having some loading issues. Yeah, the arms core seems to be malfunctioning. I'm not liking the arms core too much, so I'm going to switch over to Magnum Research. The arms core, I'm not too happy with the arms core hollow points, so we're going to switch over to the Magnum Research right now. Okay, so these are the Magnum Research that I showed you. Okay, got that locked and loaded. Let's see if this runs better. Head. Uh-oh. Yeah, this one runs nice. Yeah, this one runs nice there. Yeah, that runs nice. Yeah. Okay, so I guess it's settled. I gotta buy the store brand only. Oh! Man. Okay. And that's it. Yep, okay, well, I guess it's settled. Magnum Research ammo only. Not bad. Yep, Magnum Research only. Okay, so basically, I used the last couple of arms core rounds that I had right on the head CM5, and I'm basically convinced I'm never buying ammo from arms core ever again. I'm only going to buy Magnum Research full metal jackets or hollow points because no problems at all. The arms core continues to misfeed. So there it is. It's a picky eater, but I think full metal jackets and hollow points from Magnum Research, I think their ammo is just designed better to run with this weapon. So it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. Yep. Interestingly enough, the guy who was in the range next to me had a Glock Generation 5 22, a Glock 22 Generation 5, and he was having trouble running his ammo. And he showed me, I forget what the name of the ammo was, but I told him you might want to try Federal or you might want to try American Eagle. But I think it has something to do with how the Desert Eagle loads around into the chamber. I think it has something to do with the bottom grooves here. I don't know exactly what it is. It'd be hard to pinpoint. But for whatever reason, what I've learned at this point is the best possible ammo that you can buy is Magnum Research ammo. And you're going to pay top dollar for this ammo. But for whatever reason, and this is a Magnum Research hollow point, for whatever reason, this loads perfectly. Each and every time you fire, it loads perfectly. And the only other performance I've gotten close to that is the Precision 1 full metal jacket. And I will say this, with the Mark 19, as I said before, I got good results with the Arms Core full metal jacket. But for whatever reason, these Arms Core full metal jackets, it's something about the shape of the nose. It is something about the shape. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's something about the shape of this nose on the arms core, and it doesn't load perfectly. And you may be able to see this, like if I zoom in a little bit, because this is very, very shiny. But the Magnum research model has these little slots in the top, if you can see it. The arms core is flat. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure that has something to do with it. Magnum Research understands it better probably than Arms Core does, but all I can say is from now on, I'm loading up my magazines with Magnum Research and Precision 1 as a backup mag. But Arms Core, I don't foresee myself using this Arms Core ammo anymore. I'm never buying Arms Core again, regardless. So basically, if you're a Desert Eagle owner, you probably noticed that there's shortages of ammo. You really should do your best to stock up on Magnum Research ammo. And if you yourself, like, again, the Mark 19 didn't give me any problems. It may be something about the L5 and how they changed it. I don't know. But the bottom line is this Magnum Research ammo, no problems. I ran the entire magazine, no problems. And it performed flawlessly. So from now on in the future, this is all I'm buying.
To be continued.